Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Easy Way to Learn. I am Shailja Tripathi and today's topic of discussion is nomenclature of organic compounds in the chapter carbon and its compound. So let's get started, remain focused and follow the lecture. See, nomenclature basically in simple terms means naming the compound. So definition says nomenclature is system of assignment of names to the organic compounds. So every compound is given a particular name to recognize it. See, however, in earlier days, the compounds were named according to the source from which they were obtained. And this system of naming was called common name or the trivial system. See, for example, methane was obtained from marsh gas or from the marshy places, hence it was called or it is called marsh gas. So methane, the common name for methane is marsh gas. Then another example is acetic acid. This is also the common name for ethanoic acid. See, acetic acid is basically obtained from vinegar and the Latin word for the vinegar is acetum, hence the name acetic acid. So this trivial system or the common name was later replaced for uniform system of nomenclature so that the common name is followed throughout the world. Hence a systematized way of naming was followed by IUPAC, International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. So this systematic naming was established or it was presumed to give name in 1957. See, according to IUPAC nomenclature, the names of organic compound consist of three parts. See, the root word, which is the middle part, and before root word, whatever is written in the name is called prefix, and after the root word comes the suffix. See, a root word, it depends upon the number of carbon atom in the longest carbon chain. So, the root word is named on the basis of longest carbon chain. For example, if the carbon chain is having 4 carbons, so the root word will be but. Okay. Now the prefix part, this I'll explain in detail by taking various examples. First, we'll just read how the name is written. See, the prefix consists of substituent and the alkyl group that are present in the compound. So, now the thing is, what is substituent? See, substituent, all those groups that are not functional group and also not the part of parent chain are called substituents. For example, halogens and alkyl groups are substituent. For class 10 syllabus, just you must remember these two because most of the time these two are asked most often. So substituent are those groups that are not functional group and also that are not part of parent chain. Then suffix, it represents the bond that is present in the longest carbon chain. See, if there is a single bond, then the root word will be followed by "-ane", for double bond "-ene", and for triple bond "-ine". Suffix also represent functional group that is present in the compound. So if there is a functional group that is alcohol, OH, then suffix will contain the name "-ol". If it is aldehyde, CHO, then suffix will have the name "-al". Similarly, for acid, COOH, or first let me write down for ketones. See, for ketones, if functional group is ketone, then the suffix will have the word "-one". And if it is acid, then the suffix will have the word oic acid. Oic acid. So this will become more clear when we take the examples. So you must just remember that the name have three parts: root word. Before the root word comes prefix. Prefix consists of substituent and the alkyl group. Name of substituent and the alkyl group. And this after the root word comes suffix that represents the bond that is present between the carbon-carbon atom in the compound, and it will also contain the name of the functional group that is present. If alcohol is present, it will end with all. For aldehyde, then al. For ketones, suffix will be on, and for carboxylic acid, the suffix will have the word oic acid. Now let's take up various examples. Let's see these examples and let's recognize the primary chain or the longest chain, functional group and the substituents. See, you first find the longest carbon chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the longest carbon chain. So the longest carbon chain, from this the root word will come. And this OH is the functional group. So this is the primary chain, primary or the longest chain, and this is the functional group. There are no substituent in this example. There is only primary chain and the functional group. So the name will consist of just the root word and the suffix. It will not have any prefix. Now come to this example. See again, let's see the longest carbon chain. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the root word will be but, and in this case the root word will be pent. How the systematic naming is done, that I'll explain it. But in the compound, how you are going to find out that which is representing prefix, which is representing the root word and which is representing this suffix. Let's clear this first. So the root word will be pent in this case because it is coming from the longest carbon chain. And the functional group is alcohol, so the suffix will be all. So suffix will be all and pent will be the root word. Root word. Similarly, in the second case, see the longest carbon chain is 4 carbon chain, so the root word will be but. So root word is but. And see, this longest carbon chain is also containing the functional group alcohol. So suffix will be all. Now whatever is left after the after finding the longest carbon chain and the functional group is substituent. So this is the substituent which will come in the prefix. So now CH3 is substituent, and you know substituents are named in prefix. So prefix will be methyl. Okay, now let's come to this third example. Again, find the longest carbon chain. Okay, you will start numbering from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, why we are numbering from here, that I'll explain while describing the rules. So now let's see, there are 5 carbons in the longest carbon chain. So this is our longest carbon chain, and this carbon chain is also containing the functional group carboxylic acid. So this is are primary chain having functional group. Now whatever is left is substituent. This Cl will be called substituent. So this is the way you recognize that primary chain functional group, and whatever is left is the substituent. And substituent will be named in the prefix. So again the root word will be pent, since it is having 5 carbon chain. So the root word will be pent. Okay. Functional group is carboxylic acid. So suffix will be oic acid. Oic acid. And substituent is halo. So prefix will have the word halo, that is chloro, bromo. So here in this case the prefix will be chloro. So we need to first find what is the root word, prefix and the suffix. Then how we are going to name it in a systematic way, that we'll see in the rules that are being followed. So once again, you must first find out what are in the compound, what is the root word, suffix and the prefix. Once you are clear with this, you can automatically apply the rules and name the compounds correctly. Now let's see the rules. Now let's see the IUPAC rules. See, the first rule says that select the longest carbon chain. So the longest carbon chain is called the parent chain or the primary chain. See, in this example, we can find the longest carbon chain. See, 1, 2, if we take this straight chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we get 5. But if we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here we are getting a continuous chain of 7 carbon atom. So you can start numbering from either end. See, this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So this is our primary or the parent chain that will give the root word, and the root word in this case will be hept for 7 carbon atoms. So this is our primary chain. Now whatever is left is the substituent. So in this case we get the root word hept. See, since all the bonds are single bonds, so the suffix will be ane. So the word ane will come. See, these two carbon atoms are still unnumbered and they are part of substituents, hence they will come in the prefix. So these two carbon, so the prefix will be ethyl. And while writing the name, we will also mention the carbon atom, the carbon number where it is attached. That is, position of the substituent is mentioned in the prefix. So the overall name will be somewhat like this: C3, then dash. After the number we put a dash, or between number and the alphabet there is a dash. 3-ethyl HYL, 3-ethyl, then will come the root word hept and suffix ane, since all the bonds are single bond. So the name will be 3-ethyl heptane. So after finding the longest carbon chain, we'll number it such that the substituent gets the least number. So our next point is the branch chains are considered to be substituent and their position is indicated. So this part was substituent and it is attached to carbon number 3. So its position is mentioned. See, while numbering is done from the carbon end such that functional group gets the lowest number. There are no functional group, so we'll skip this. And if substituent is present, then it gets the lowest number. So if we start numbering from here, it is getting number 3. If we start numbering from this end, so what will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that will be wrong. See, I'll draw it again. See this numbering, if we start numbering from this end, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So this substituent is getting the number 5. So naming will be somewhat like this: 5-ethyl, 5-ethyl heptane. And this will be wrong because the numbering is done from the carbon such that the substituent present gets the lowest number. So this rule has to be observed while naming. So this is wrong, ये वाला गलत हो गया and this is correct. Okay, if functional group is present, then we'll see how we are going to name it. See, in case of different substituents are present, they are arranged alphabetically. So this I'll explain it with the help of another example. See, if two substituents are present, so the primary chain is, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon, or let me add one more carbon to make it clear. So first is select the longest carbon chain. So this is our longest carbon chain. And then next step will be let's number such that the substituents get least number. So if we start numbering from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So the substituents are getting the number 3 and 4. If we begin from right end, let's see what will happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So if we begin from the right end, so the substituent will get number 4 and 5. And if we number from left end, the substituent get the number 3 and 4. So among the two you will select which one? The one that is giving the lowest number. So this one is wrong. So you start numbering from the left end. Okay. Now, how will you write the name? Because there are two substituents. So which one should be named first? So this is methyl, and this one is ethyl. So now use this rule that they are arranged alphabetically. So the name will be 4-ethyl, 4-ethyl, then put a dash, 3-methyl. So this part is the prefix. Then the longest carbon chain is 7, so the root word is hept and suffix will be ane. So this one is suffix and this is the root word. So when you have multiple alkyl groups, then they are arranged alphabetically. So if E will come before M. So the answer will be 4-ethyl 3-methyl heptane. And we always put a dash between the number and the alphabet. And then after the first alphabet will be capital, remaining all the alphabets will be small, and there will be no gaps while writing. So heptane will be, there will be no gap between heptane. It is a full word. And there will be no gap between methyl and heptane. Don't give any gaps in the name. Okay. Now let's see few more examples and practice to apply the IUPAC nomenclature. How you are going to apply these rules. See, now let's take example. So the more example you practice, the more you will be thorough and confident in writing the names. So let's begin. First example, CH3, CH3, then CH3. You start writing the names. I'm giving you this, the structure of the compound. You start writing, and then we'll see the names also. Then CH3, CH. Okay. Now let's see how they are named. So in first example, you can number from either side. See 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3. So substituent is getting the number 2. So आप किधर से भी नंबरिंग कर सकते हैं 1, 2, 3. So anyway the substituent will get the number 2. So the name will be 2-methyl 2, then put a dash, 2-methyl, and the longest carbon chain is 3 carbon. So you will write the root word prop ane. The suffix will be ane. So now we have prefix, see methyl, and the position of the substituent is mentioned. This is the root word prop, which comes from the longest carbon chain, and ane is the suffix that is added to it. Now let's number this one. See, again you can number it from either end. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So in this case there are two substituent at two different carbon atoms, carbon 2 and carbon 3. So the name will be 2, 3 dimethyl. See 2, 3, then put a dash, dimethyl butane. If there are numbers in your naming, then put a comma. So between the numbers we put a comma. Between number and the alphabet we put a dash. So at carbon number 2 and 3 there are methyl groups. So the position is first mentioned 2, 3, put a dash, dimethyl. Di means 2 methyl groups or the substituents are present. But, that is longest carbon chain is 4, ane because all the carbon are joined by single bond. So that is the suffix part, ane. Now let's name this compound. See, number it 1, 2. So the number will be 1, 1, 2, 2, put a dash, tetrachloro ethane. See, 1, 1, 2, 2, tetrachloro ethane. See, on the carbon number first, there are 2 chlorine groups or chlorine atoms, and on the carbon number 2, there are 2 Cl or the chlorine atom. So we mentioned 1, 1 for these 2 chlorine atoms, then 2, 2. So the positions are mentioned here. Tetrachloro, total number of chlorine atoms are 4. Then number of carbon is 2, so 8, and they are joined by single bond, so the word ane. So this is the way you name the compounds. Now let's practice few more. See, if you follow these rules, it will be very much easy to write. See, our next example is CH3, CO, CH3. Again, another example, CH3, C, triple bond C, CH3. Sixth, CH3, CH2, CH, CH2, again CH3, and here CH3. Let's write one more. CH3, CH2, CH2, CH, CH2, CH3. Okay, let's begin. Again, in this compound, first you number the carbon atoms. So this is 1, 2, and 3. You can write 1 here. So this is a 3 carbon compound. So the root word is prop. Functional group is ketone. So it will come in the suffix part. So the name will be prop. See, propane. See how you are going to name. If there was only single bond, the name would have been propane. Now, if you have to mention this functional group, we remove this E from the ane part and then mention the position of the functional group propane to one. So this is also one of the rules that E is replaced. If there is a functional group, replace E with the suffix of the functional group. So this is the root word. Prop is the root word followed by suffix. Okay. Its common name is acetone. Acetone. So this word you will come across in the books. Okay. Next write this one. Start naming. Again number the carbon 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is a 4-carbon compound. So the root word is but. Now the triple bond is present between the carbon atom 2 and 3. So what we'll do, first write the root word, that is but, then triple bond, then we'll add YNE, butane, and we'll also mention where this triple bond is present. So again the confusion arises whether you should write but 2-ine or but 3-ine. See, but, mention the position, then write the suffix but 3-ine. Among the two, which is correct? See, the one having the lowest number is correct. So if bond is present between 2 and 3, so select the smallest number. सबसे छोटा number ले लीजिए. So this is correct. This is wrong. But 3-ine is wrong. Okay. Let's see another example. You start numbering the compound. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can number it from either side. दोनों तरफ से ही करेंगे क्योंकि सब्स्टिट्यूएंट को 3 नंबर मिल रहा है दोनों तरफ से. 1, 2, 3. Again this substituent is getting 3 number. 1, 2, 3. So कहीं से भी नंबरिंग कर सकते हैं इस केस में. 3, 4 and 5. So this is our primary chain of 5 carbon atoms. So the root word will be pent. And methyl group is attached at carbon number 3. तो वो प्रीफिक्स में आ जाएगा क्योंकि सब्स्टिट्यूएंट है, मेन चेन का पार्ट नहीं है. So the name will be 3-methyl pentane. Methyl pentane. ओके, 1, 2, 3, 4. अगर लेफ्ट से नंबरिंग कर रहे हैं तो इस कंपाउंड को में यहाँ जहां पे मिथाइल अटैच्ड है वो नंबर मिल रहा है 4, और अगर राइट हैंड से कर रहे हैं तो 1, 2, 3 मिल रहा है. सो हम राइट हैंड से नंबरिंग करेंगे. सी 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. एंड मिथाइल ग्रुप इज एट कार्बन नंबर 3, तो वो प्रीफिक्स में आएगा. सी 3-methyl hexane. So the answer is 3-methyl hexane. Okay, now let's take few more examples. एग्जाम्पल प्रैक्टिस करने से आप बिल्कुल थरो हो जाओगे कैसे आपको रूल्स अप्लाई करना है. So the next example is example number 8. Let's see CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3, CH3, CH2, CH3. You start naming the compound. Another example is CH3, CH, double bond, CH, CH3. Then CH3, CH, double bond C, CH2 CH3 CH3. CH2 CH2. Okay, let's see this example number 8. Okay, in the example number 8, let's begin the numbering. Obviously, we'll begin from this side because substituents are present and this carbon should get the lowest number. So, number it from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, we have selected the longest carbon chain, then numbered it from the end so that the substituent get the least number. ओके अब इसको नेम करेंगे तो नेमिंग में कैसे होगा 3,3 पुट अ डैश डाइमिथाइल and total 6 carbon are there, so hexane. So this much part 3,3 डाइमिथाइल ये प्रीफिक्स हो गया, हेक्स हो गया, हमारा रूट वर्ड एन हो गया सफिक्स. क्लियर? नेक्स्ट लेट्स नंबर दिस वन 1, 2, 3, 4. See, the name will be see, it is butene. So the root word is but. Then mention the position of the double bond but to ene. Now the suffix will be ene. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now numbering should be done from which end? See, अगर हम सबस्टिट्यूएंट को देख रहे हैं तो दोनों तरफ से नंबरिंग करने पे ये वाला कार्बन थर्ड कार्बन हो रहा है 3, बट यहाँ पे डबल बॉन्ड भी प्रेजेंट है जो कि फंक्शनल ग्रुप की तरह एक्ट करेगा. सो नंबरिंग करते वक्त फंक्शनल ग्रुप को प्रायोरिटी दी जाती है, तो फंक्शनल ग्रुप को हम सबसे छोटा नंबर देने की कोशिश करेंगे. सो फॉलोइंग दैट रूल वी स्टार्ट नंबरिंग फ्रॉम दिस साइड सो दैट द डबल बॉन्ड गेट्स द लीस्ट नंबर. यहां से नंबर करेंगे तो 1, 2, 3, 4 इट विल गेट द नंबर 4. But from here 1, 2 it will get the number 3. So the correct way is to number it from the left end. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have selected our longest carbon chain, then numbered it from the end so that the functional group get the least number, and then we'll write the name. So अगर फंक्शनल ग्रुप और सब्स्टिट्यूएंट दोनों प्रेजेंट है तो प्रायोरिटी किसको देंगे नंबरिंग करते वक्त? फंक्शनल ग्रुप को देंगे. तो फंक्शनल ग्रुप को हम सबसे छोटा नंबर देंगे यहाँ पे. सो सी द नेम विल बी अगेन प्रीफिक्स में आएगा 3 मिथाइल पेंट रूट वर्ड हो गया, और डबल बॉन्ड कहां प्रेजेंट है 2 और 3 के बीच में. सो द नंबर विल बी 2 पेंट 2 इन. सो इन कहां प्रेजेंट है उसका पोजीशन बताना है. ओके, नाउ लेट्स कम टू दिस एग्जांपल. से इस एग्जांपल में भी सेम रूल लगेगा बिकॉज वी आर गेटिंग अ फंक्शनल ग्रुप कीटोन और एक सब्स्टिट्यूएंट भी हमको मिल रहा है Cl एटम का. तो पहले हम अपना लॉन्गेस्ट कार्बन चेन 1 2 3 4 5 कार्बन चेन है. नंबरिंग करेंगे राइट एंड से बिकॉज देयर इज अ फंक्शनल ग्रुप, और फंक्शनल ग्रुप को प्रायोरिटी देंगे और सबसे छोटा नंबर देंगे. सो नंबरिंग विल बी इन दिस मैनर 1 2 3 4 and 5. So the name will be 5 dash chloro पेंटेन. सो पेंटेन का ई रिमूव होगा, पेंटेन टू ओन. So the answer is 5-chloropentane to own. So while writing the name, suffix में पेंटेन आना चाहिए क्योंकि कार्बन कार्बन के बीच में सिंगल बॉन्ड है, बट फंक्शनल ग्रुप भी प्रेजेंट है, तो एन का ई रिमूव होगा. ये भी एक रूल में आता है, ई रिमूव होगा एंड देन वी राइट द सफिक्स. ओके, so let's take few more examples. Now we have this CH3, CH2, CCl, CH3, CH2OH. CH3, CH3, next example. CH2, CHO, CH2, okay, let's write the name for this compound. So we'll again start numbering. Select the longest carbon chain, C1 2 3 4, 4 carbon chain compound है. अब नंबरिंग किधर से करेंगे, जिधर OH लगा, ये हमारा फंक्शनल ग्रुप है. सो नंबरिंग यहां से होगी 1 देन 2 3 4. फंक्शनल ग्रुप को सबसे छोटा नंबर देना है. सो द नेम विल बी, और सब्स्टिट्यूएंट कहां प्रेजेंट है, at carbon number 2, chlorine, that is chlorine atom, and methyl group, both are the substituent at 2 carbon atom. Okay, so the name, अब इन दोनों में से पहले नेम किसका आएगा, 2 chloro और 2 methyl. Obviously now follow the alphabetical rule. So 2 chloro, so the name will be 2 dash chloro, put a dash, 2 methyl. Now the total, there are 4 carbon in the chain, so the root word will be butane. So remove E and write 1 all. So position of functional group is also mentioned. It is present at the carbon 1. So butane, remove E, replace it with 1 dash all. Similarly, for this, numbering is done from this carbon 1 2 3. Select the longest carbon chain. Now we have 2-methyl propane, remove E and replace it with 1-ol. See, this is somewhat interesting. Let's number it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there is a 5 carbon chain. Now there are 2 aldehyde groups at carbon number 1 and carbon number 5 are aldehyde groups. So these are the functional group, both are the functional group, and the name will come in the suffix part. So the root word will be pent, pentane, remove E of the ane, write 1,5 dash al or dial, because there are 2 similar functional groups, that is aldehydes. So this is the way you write the names. Or we can take one more example containing the carboxylic group. See, let's do one more. So this is last, CH3, CH2, CH, COOH, and here you have C2H5. Again, select the longest carbon chain and see 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the longest carbon chain. So start numbering from this end 1, 2, 3, 4, because this is our functional group, COOH, carboxylic acid. So this is the functional group. And at carbon number 2 we have this substituent which is ethyl. So let's name it 2-ethyl, 2-ethyl. Then put the root word. Since it is a 4 carbon compound, so the root word will be but. Butane. Remove E of the butane. Put a dash. 1-oic acid. So this is 2-ethyl butane 1-oic acid. This is the way you number the you number and name the compounds. See, in next video we'll take up another set of problem where the structure will be given. Here structure is given and then we are naming the compound. In the next video we'll practice when the name is given and we have to draw the structure, that is reverse way. So if you practice both ways, you will become thorough with the naming and writing the structure both. Thank you so much. Please like, share and subscribe the channel.